Dude, wake up.
Oh, hey. Oh, hey everybody. How's it going? Welcome to Try the Goulash. My name is Blake.
It's Willie.
And I'm Alex.
Today, we're talking about sleep.
Man, I love sleeping.
Yeah, we're talking about everything sleep. That's the topic for today. And I adore this. I adore
you
it.
do. This is your topic, dude.
Yeah, man. I'm all
You
over this.
adore sleep, or you adore the topic of sleep?
I adore everything about sleep. I almost went into working in a sleep lab. I debated that for a year in college.
And you didn't because you fell asleep. You slept through your test.
Yeah, dude.
Slept through the
We just
entrance
woke you up.
exam.
I just woke you up.
Oh my God.
It has been, guess how many years?
How long?
We have weekend at Bernie'd you into creating this podcast.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
It
And
was
here we are.
You guys
So
have
welcome,
just been
before your
like
time.
Blake.
Yes.
manipulating my vocal cords this whole time. God,
I've been manipulating more than that.
It's actually been,
oh, baby.
it's actually been my left testicle the whole entire time.
Oh, what?
Okay.
So sleep. What are we going to talk about? What did you guys
Hit
think
me
about?
up, Blake.
We've got a lot to cover. We've got the amount of time of sleep.
That's something to talk about.
Ideal sleep conditions. We can talk about dreams. We can talk about lucid dreaming. I'll tell you what, though. We're going to just get right into this. My
Hit me.
question that I want to hear from you is, over the course of your life, paint me a story of your worst nightmare and your happiest dream.
No.
Yeah. Yep. That's what
Worst
I wanna
nightmare.
hear.
I can't even remember my dream last night.
Dude. Yeah, we all three here probably don't get a lot of REM sleep. So we probably have bad
Recollection.
dream recall right now.
Thank God.
I'm just going to.
I mean, I can tell you like one of the scarier moments, but I can't give you like specific details.
Okay, I'll start with mine. The scariest dream. I've had lots of scary dreams over my life, but there's one. I don't know why. I feel like this is just me. I just assumed you guys would do this too, but like my best dreams I've ever had, I just remember them like clear as day. Both of these are like super old. Like my worst nightmare I had, I think I was like 9, and I still remember it.
Yeah.
Alls I remember, there's not a lot to the story. Alls I remember is I was in this like swirling. Have you guys seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes.
Okay, you know when they're on the boat,
Which one?
the old one.
The original.
You know when they're on the boat and like everything turns into like there's like weird images
Trippy.
Yeah.
flying everywhere and there's like
He's like,
trippiness. Okay.
Where they're rowing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes. Okay.
What a
That's
stressful scene.
That was the setting. Like I was falling down this like infinite void of that. It was just like trippy images flashing, and in the void there was like a swirling staircase going down. Okay, so I was falling down through this staircase. I wasn't walking down it. And there was this old creepy guy. He was wearing like he was super slender, and he was wearing this like super tight fitting like tuxedo, and he had this cane, and he had white crazy hair, and he was just like pointing his cane at me as I was falling. He was like, "I'm gonna get you, kid." And
That's a fucking fucked up
dude,
dude.
yeah, it is. I mean, I've had way worse than that,
Yeah.
but like I remember waking up and being like, that was the
Yeah.
scariest shit I've ever dreamed of in my life.
I feel
Best
ya.
dream. Best dream. We'll get into this later. Some of the lucid dreams that I trained myself to have are some of my best dreams. But my, like, and then, like, I've had dreams where it's like, oh, I won the lottery. I was just telling Al the other day, like, I had this dream that it was super realistic. Like, Ian was playing the tour in California, and we went out there, and long story short, like we were in Cali walking around. We ran into rhett&link. Shout out rhett&link. And we talked to them, and they were like, "We want to adopt your podcast." And then I woke up, and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing!"
Yeah.
Like everyone's had dreams like that. But the best dream I've ever had was, again, it's like super vague, like my nightmare. But I was like, I remember something happened. I think I had won the lottery, and I was super excited about all these new possibilities in front of me. And then everything, so like it started super realistic, and then it got really like fantastic. Everything just like turned to like gold and like silver, and I was like floating in this super like calm and peaceful mythical place. Like there was like unicorns and like there was like mythical things walking around everywhere. I was like, this is beautiful. And then I came upon this like lake, and the lake was like silver, and if you touched the water you like felt all this love. And then this was in high school when I had this dream. I was crushing on a girl super hard, Jenny M. And Jenny was there, and she was like, Blake, I love you. And I was just like, we're getting married. And I woke up, and it was just like the best dream ever.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's it.
That's very specific.
Yeah,
Mine-
holy cow.
Let's
Are there, like,
preface
illustrations
both
too?
Al and I's answers. They're not going to be that good because Blake is a little bit of a freak when it comes to sleep. For those of you out there that know
freak in the
what-
sheets.
Yeah, that too.
Hey, thanks.
Blake trained himself to be a lucid dreamer.
Al. I should just
and-
explain this.
Yeah, I mean you
Okay,
should because
So lucid dreaming is when you are still in the dream state and you wake up in the dream state, but you don't wake up in real life. So you realize in your dream that you're dreaming, and you can pretty much manipulate the dream however you want to. And this phenomenon happens randomly. Like in my life, I've had probably like 10 of these dreams. But if you're super disciplined, this is a skill that you can learn just like throwing a baseball. Like you do things to like build your dream recall so you can remember your dreams, because if you can't remember, then this is pointless. And then there's all this stuff we can get into later in the podcast, how to like realize you're dreaming in your dream. So I did this in college hardcore, and it was
Look it up if you want to learn.
It was a
how.
trip. It was a trip.
yes. So that being said, my answer isn't going to be as detailed like the when it was, this is when it happens, how he died. So yeah,
Tell me
I would
something.
say that I remember as a kid, like the first time, like I died in a dream.
Yeah.
Like that was very,
Hey,
very.
did you wake
very-
up?
Yeah, I woke up and I was like sweating, and I was like, "Holy!" Like
died.
I couldn't tell you how old I was, but I mean, I feel like that has happened to almost everyone at some point in their life while dreaming.
I've died a lot in my
And-
dreams, and I always wake up. But I've talked to some people that say sometimes
don't?
they die in their dream, and then like it's like they're just watching a
No,
story.
I like
feel
every time I've had a dream about death, it's like when I die, I
Instant.
wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's
if it's
shocking.
like 4 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock, like later in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So
D-
in the afternoon, yeah.
It's funny.
Until
I
2
actually
o'clock.
learned about lucid dreaming because of that. Like, that's how I found out about
Mm-hmm.
lucid dreaming. Because, okay, so like, dreams are fucked up, everybody. And I might say some dark shit during this podcast, but just know, like, everything's Gucci. Like, everything's cool. But how I found out about lucid dreaming was I was having a nightmare one night. And I just remember thinking, like, this is a dream. I'm going to throw myself off of this building and wake up. And I did. I just like threw myself off the building. I was like swan dive. And I guess I died in my dream and I woke up. And then after that happened, I like Googled like knowing you're dreaming in a dream. And then I stumbled upon lucid dreaming.
Interesting.
Huh.
So yours
Very
happened
organically.
like yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it like secondhand, like
Yeah.
somebody was talking about it in class.
I don't. But best dream,
I was like, I may have done that before.
I've had a lot of awesome dreams, but it's like
Nothing like
Like,
sticks out.
I will remember a dream that I had, like, for example, last night, and I'll remember it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I won't think about it again. Like,
yeah, it's
basically, I'll think about it like right when I wake up, and I'm just like, okay, this was an okay dream. Like,
If you don't write it down, you'll
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how you build your.
You have to
dream
like
recall.
actively like remember it and almost piece it together. Because like I'll think, oh, so like if I'm in the morning and I'm thinking about the dream and it's still fresh and vivid, and I'm even thinking about telling somebody about it. As I'm telling somebody, it's like not coming out in words as well as I like am remembering it, and it almost is fleeting as I'm saying it. Sometimes I'm like, is
mean-
that how what happened? I'm like questioning it. Like I don't even know if I really remember what happened.
To like lucid dream, it takes a lot of discipline. That's why I stopped because it was just too much.
You have
Yeah,
to think about it right when you
You
wake
have
up.
you have to literally keep like a journal
even
by your
move.
bed, and when you build your dream recall up so high. I remember when I was at like the peak of college, I would remember 10 lengthy dreams a night, and
That's
I would
crazy.
like wake up and I would journal for like half an hour.
what amazes me is our mind just like gets bored, so it
Yeah,
just
it
like
just starts
races.
It's
generating
crazy.
stuff.
Is that what dreams are?
I don't know. I mean, that's
I honestly don't know.
No, but it's like if you think about it, you yourself, you're sleeping in bed for 8 hours. Does it seem like a long time when you get into bed? Of course not. But you're there for 8 hours, and I don't know.
Isn't that weird?
It's just like
Like,
your mind.
Let's like get away from dreams for a second. Isn't it weird that we just like every day we go to this place and just like clunk out?
Yeah,
for
no,
8 hours?
it's really trippy. I
It's
think
re-
about it all
yeah.
the time.
Isn't
We're
that
just
weird?
like pausing. We're just like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do absolutely nothing but breathe.
But like,
Really
still
slowly.
like still happening.
I know, that's the
when you're
craziest
asleep.
part.
Yeah, that's weird.
like
It's
other
weird.
things are going on
Yeah.
throughout the world.
Yeah,
I was
it's
thinking
weird.
about this the other day because I got like the worst night of sleep I can remember in a
Yeah,
long
you did
time.
have a bad night.
And I was just like, this is just like so crazy. Like we rely on that
Yeah,
8 hours or how many
you're like
hours
stressed
you get
out.
to like fully.
Yeah, it's crucial.
Cooperate.
Crucial to your health. Like if you don't sleep, there was a radio DJ, I think in New York in like the 50s. Don't quote me on this, but he was like the first guy that's like, I'm gonna go as long as I can without sleep, and he made it 7 days, and he had like doctors like keeping him awake, not
Yeah.
with like drugs, but they would just like slap the out of him. They'd be like, wake up, and he was like full blown like DMT hallucinating. Like he was saying
really?
like, oh yeah, he was saying like there was these giant birds in the room and like the Grim Reaper was there. And
What?
yeah, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And
So if you guys ever want a trip, just
Just
don't
stay away
sleep
from
for
the
7
best
days.
drugs
Yeah,
is
dude.
just sleep
so that should go
deprivation.
to show that it's like super critical to our health. And here's another side note. If that guy would have kept going, he would die. Like you can die from sleep deprivation.
I mean, totally.
Which is weird.
It is.
I've definitely been sleep deprived to the point of hallucination before. Straight up, I
Hey,
have.
can
Do
we
you
pause
remember-
this?
real fast? Do you remember when we were driving down to Augustine and you were like you had like
Yes.
the graveyard shift?
I
and
had
you were,
from like
seeing-
1 a.m. until like 4:35, and I was just like literally driving all headlights, and like I was trying to sleep afterwards, and when I closed my eyes, the only thing I could see was like headlights coming to me.
Oh my
It was awful.
That's creepy.
It was bad.
What were you gonna say?
That's dumb.
Well, it's irrelevant now. Al, you should just answer because we were going a little bit.
Okay,
into
I'm gonna be swift because I'm not gonna get into detail about my worst dreams because they sucked. I had night terrors until I was probably like 12.
I should have thought
I
this
still have 'em,
question
like,
through. I didn't think about you with your night terrors.
Every once in a while, I still have them, but I don't even remember them as specifically like settings or like people that were there. I remember emotions, and it's mostly just sheer terror, like absolute panic, hopelessness. You just feel so afraid of something, and the more afraid you are, the worse it gets. Like the worse whatever your fearing gets, it just compounds and it's exponential and constant in a
Sounds
night
like a
terror,
panic attack.
and your wildest exaggerations of what could possibly scare you is manifested into one big thing, and it's everything that is against you in a night terror. And
So, Al's
Ow.
had some bad dreams.
Ow.
my
I got a
parents
question.
would be woken up in the middle of the night to me screaming bloody murder, just sleepwalking through the house.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
If-
would just be like,
as your parents,
They're like,
I would have been. That would have scared the shit out
Yeah.
of me. Like as Shay.
oh
I would
no,
have been like,
I feel worse for them because I don't remember. They'd be like, "Are you okay?" in the morning. They'd be like, "You okay?" And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "You were fucked up last night. Like you were all up." And I was like, "What?" I don't remember. I was out. I remember being really scared, but I thought that was all in my.
Al,
head.
you were a demon since day one.
Yeah, my parents had my room exercised.
But yeah, really?
I swear to
For
God,
real?
my mom exercised.
I mean,
my room.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was in your parents' shoes and my son was doing that, I would be like, "Where's the priest?"
Yeah.
Well, they let this is like a side story. Wow, holy shit. They I guess when I was like an infant, maybe, or before we even were alive. I think before my sister and I were even alive, they were renting out this basement room to some lady, some like strange lady they thought practiced
in your house
like
right
Wicca.
now?
Not, it was in the one I grew up in
Okay.
on St. Louis Road. So anyway, this chick, they thought she was basically a witch. Like she was super creepy and did like seance shit. And so anyway, she was not paying the bills or something. I don't know. They had a dispute and my dad had to confront her and basically be like, "I'm going to work and you better not be here when I get back."
Ooh.
Like pack up. You know, we've
Laid
had
the hammer
enough.
down.
Yeah, they'll put down the law. And anyway, she wasn't there, but my mom was like, "That probably put a hex on that."
Oh my god.
And so
That's
that was the
crazy.
room that I eventually moved to. You know, whenever my sister went through puberty, it was like, "I can't live in a boy's room." So I got kicked to the basement.
So you went to the
witch
room?
dungeon. And so
Jesus.
we painted Mickey Mouse faces on the wall, but that
the
did
blood.
not keep the demons away because I was.
Woo! That's
That's
I never
crazy.
knew that about you, man. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
That's a story I
I remember
haven't heard.
being chased by gorillas. I think that's because I played Donkey Kong Country a lot when I was a kid,
Great.
living in there.
Great game.
Like I said, I don't remember specific settings or events in my dreams. So, like, my best dream is also just pure euphoria, and I'm probably getting a lot of attention and telling great jokes. That's probably what happened in my. I do remember some reoccurring dreams. One was very short. I was speeding around. It was nighttime. I was speeding around the corner on a bike, and this like ninja jumps out of the bush and lands on the back of my bike. I never really knew if he was a bad guy or a good guy, but that's all that happened.
How many times did you
I had that
that?
dream probably a dozen times when I was
That's
very
weird,
young.
man.
And then
Have you ever
another
had a
one.
recurring dream, Will?
I don't think
I've
not
never
that
had one.
Not that
I know
can
I
remember.
have a recurring dream. I don't have this anymore, but I used to have a recurring dream of sucking my own dick.
Yeah.
And I get so excited, and then I wake up and be like, "Oh, it was a dream again." Every time I dreamt it, while
I mean,
I
I've
was in the
definitely-
dream, I'd be like, "All right, I did it!
I've
Finally!"
definitely
All
dreamt
that
that before.
stretching paid off.
I don't know if
You've
I've
never
been
dreamt
there.
that?
I don't know if I've been there. boys.
I
always
have.
just the one
I'm
that's
team.
like,
I'm team
nah.
out.
That.
I'm team out. My dad, Big Jeff, had a recurring dream. I think he told me like 2 months straight.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, he had this like tornado dream. I was like hacking up along everybody.
Yeah, he's dying.
He's a little under the weather, but he's here. But yeah,
Stay in school.
He had a recurring dream for like 2 months.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
What was it?
He told me that so my dad grew up on a farm, and he said that he was out in front of the house on the farm, and there was like a tornado coming towards the house, and
That's
he
a
would
very
like
scary
try to
dream.
run, and his legs were just like cement. And he had that every night for 2 months.
Ooh, that is anxiety
Yeah.
city.
Scary.
Yeah,
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna dive into my question.
Will's diving in. He's always diving in.
Yeah, buddy.
Getting wet, Willie.
It's about more the concept of sleep.
Okay. let's shift
So
gears.
we lay down for 8 hours or whatever time you do at night, and like we fall asleep. I know a lot of people enjoy doing that, but my question is, would you rather, let's just say, like take a pill and be like energized, or fall asleep?
Wait, hold on. Can we get some clarification first? Because that
Yeah.
was really weird question.
If the question is, would I rather sleep or not? Is that like the core
Yes.
of the question?
Basically.
Well, if I would function fine, it would be awesome not to sleep.
No, basically, it's just like,
I think I know what you're trying to ask. The concept of your question.
Okay.
You're trying to ask, would you just, like in a video game, a sports video game, would you play the game or simulate?
no.
Is that what you're asking?
I am
no.
Like, are you saying like
Simulate,
you
like,
want to go to
go
sleep,
ahead.
or are you saying you just want to like
Just
flip
like
a switch and be able to be like,
yes.
I slept those 8 hours, fast forward.
Exactly. Like not having
see.
to,
I like
like,
it.
Like not
wait
having to like
8
dream
hours
and like try to fall
yeah,
asleep and
you
lay
could just
down.
be
get
like,
to it.
you would have 24 hours during the whole entire
wait,
day,
so
but
I
you wouldn't
go-
have that 8 hours of down period.
I go
Like,
home
You
tonight-
could take a pill or something like a completely different.
I think
It's
I'm
almost
follow.
like you keep going.
So
Yeah.
I go home tonight. It's like 11 o'clock.
but you're like, you feel well rested. It's just like
There's
a
16
shorter version
hours in
almost.
a day, but
Yeah.
you just keep going.
I need to make sure I have my head around this before I answer. I go home tonight. It's like 11 p.m. I go in my room. There's a big red button. I hit it, and then it's 7 a.m. Is that what you're saying? And I'm just like well rested.
Yeah.
Like I hit it, and then it's 7 a.m. and I'm like, oh,
Basically, you take the romance out of sleep.
well, no. Like, no, I love everything about
I
sleep.
well, yeah, I agree.
I like the whole ritual. I mean, I'm like the sleep guy here,
Mm-hmm.
but like I'm just all about it. Like I lay down in my comfy bed, I like sprawl out, got my pillows,
Your Palos.
my polos there, and it's just great. I love like just fading out after a hard day.
I'm gonna dive into another side question. Pillows.
You hang on.
No, just it's a very easy question. How many pillows do you each sleep with? Like some people are just one. What is it?
Okay.
How many? Do you have
I'll
two?
tell you
One?
my ideal.
Okay.
And I've heard that this means I've read an article that
Why does
says
it always be a story
Yeah.
of you?
Just give me the number. That's what I
you
want
got
because
okay. Hang on.
we're
I'm
going
talking-
back to
no.
my question.
You. I'm addressing you two and the audience right now. Everyone listening, listen to this.
No,
okay.
I don't want to.
I paint a picture
No.
because
Hey, Blake, no.
I know that you, the audience, don't want to hear me just say 5 pillows. Like that sucks.
Yeah, but at the same time, they could be like, "Well, here's another Blake story." Like, shut the up.
no, if that's what you think, just fast forward.
Nope.
Okay. I read an article that this means you're depressed one time. But my ideal thing is to have like a trench of pillows. Like I want them all around my sides. I want one behind my head. And then like
Why don't you? Why isn't that your reality? Why are you?
Yeah, why don't you
Why
make
are
it
you
happen, dude?
abstaining?
because it's money wasted.
Okay.
Every time I go to the store, I'm like, I've got 2 pillows. Like it's fine.
Okay, Al, your answer?
I have one.
Okay,
Like
me too.
it's one memory foam pillow.
Yeah, I usually use one, but I have 3 pillows in my bed. I only use one.
always
I put
used
one
to.
right by my side. I've
Yep.
done that as a
Yeah,
kid.
I do that every night.
And then I have like another pillow if I roll over. And usually I'll kick one of the pillows off. So I usually
want-
only have one.
You know what I want?
I always spoon one. I
That's-
sleep on my side and I like spoon a pillow.
I want a pillow that straps to your inner thigh that keeps your knees apart enough so where you don't smash your balls.
That's why I
At
do
night.
it, dude. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
I
really-
usually
I
fall,
usually
tuck.
do it,
I
but
usually
it's,
fall asleep
sometimes
on
it's
my
just
back.
a lot. Like if you roll over, you're not taking that whole pillow with you. That's an adjustment.
Yeah.
So give me one that's just attached and it's just there. Get working on it, scientists.
Just tuck your boys.
I mean, it's to the point where I think they have a set resting position. They've stretched enough
Down to your
to where
knees?
the Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just wait till I'm an old man. I'm gonna have
Dude,
to tuck
you
him
can't
into my
even talk.
tube socks.
We're not gonna get into this, but
Yeah.
you both can't even talk any shit.
I know we can't. So Al, going back to my question, Blake,
What?
are you finished with your answer?
Yes, I want at least 9.
Okay. Al,
What?
answer.
What's the question?
I've given it you. We've
The
discussed
pillows? I already told you one
No.
pillow.
Back to my original question.
Well,
That-
you're asking so many questions. I don't know. I
know.
can't keep up.
I'm just diving into conversation, bud.
Okay,
Come
what
on.
else? What was your first question? I don't. I honestly don't
It's
remember.
like basically the concept of sleep.
Yeah, are you gonna just like fast forward or what?
Oh yeah, that's what you're talking.
Not even fast forwarding. Fast forwarding. You could just like take, for example, you take this pill, and you like within an hour you feel well rested, and then you don't have to sleep.
Oh, that's the question.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
different.
Well, I would take the pill. Does that mean I can get more shit done in the day?
Yes.
Yes,
It's-
I would take a pill.
Folks, it's called Adderall. And all you got to do is act like you can't sit still in class and you get your doctor to give you a lifetime supply of it. It's meth, folks. Let's do it. Changing America, changing the world, advancing human evolution
Frying your brain.
just a little quicker. Yeah, it doesn't even brain damage. Who gives a At least I could be faster thinking.
The problem with that is if you took Adderall every day, you'd be like
Fucking.
you have to sleep. Will's talking about
He'd be a noodle in like.
Will's
2
talking about
years.
like an ideal, like you take it.
It's
and
like a
your body
vitamin?
is rested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would totally do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I know a lot of people out there, like you were saying, a lot of people enjoy like the ritual of
That's a good question.
sleeping,
It's a
like
good- here's what I would
laying
do.
down on your bed, falling asleep.
I
Like
would
that's
buy.
very relaxing.
I
but-
would buy a bottle of Will's sleepy pills, and I would probably take one 5 times a week. And then
Yeah.
when the weekend
No.
rolls around, I'd be like, I'm
kind of
sleep this week.
I'm kind of with you. Like if I had to get done, and I'm just like I have no time to sleep, because if you think about it, like the amount of time we're on this earth, and
It's short.
that time
You're
we
typically
sleep,
sleeping like a 30-year
yeah,
life.
that is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot
and-
of time.
I mean,
Also, if those pills existed, they'd be like $1,000 a pop.
Yeah. What?
yeah.
They would be a lot of money.
Well,
don't
let's
know if
get
they do that much.
to
Hey.
working, boys. Let's just
Since we're talking about like the romance of sleep and like the whole ritual, can I just be a curmudgeon and say something negative?
What's
Yeah.
new, dude?
I think it's a little overrated. I think people like you, Blake, I'm not even like hating on you. It's just like I don't really feel that way. Like sleeping in on the weekend usually stresses me out. If I wake up past like 8 a.m., I'm just like, okay, what am I doing?
Here's the thing. I never sleep in. Like, I'm not team sleep in.
yeah.
But
Well, also, even when I'm like really tired at night and I want to go to bed, it's kind of like a burden to me. I'm like, I'm only doing this because I have to for my health. Like, I really want to go to bed because I'm so tired, but I just wish I weren't tired in general so I didn't have to sleep. If I didn't have to sleep, I wouldn't. Like, I would take the pill that Will was talking about. I would just like to just keep going, keep the ball rolling. Let's do it. I don't want to get tired.
this is why I romanticize sleep, is because it's like the ultimate reset button.
No,
Like,
it is.
I
It
just,
is.
I just have a day, or I wake up and my head is just like foggy in a weird spot. If I sleep 8 hours, it's gone. Like, it's like fresh. Like,
It
I
is a
always
reset.
wake up and I'm just like, all right.
I think that's why we do it.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
totally
it's
why we do it.
they're-
Psychological.
Yeah, therapeutic.
Yeah, and
I
like
mean, it is
I
so
need, I
therapeutic.
like need that.
Yeah, sometimes I do, but like I said, my answer kind of would be like, if I could have it, I wouldn't take it every day, because I think it is good for oneself to just sit down and relax for
Yeah,
8 hours.
I
and
agree.
Let your body rest.
I will say that
definitely
waking
needed.
up and you roll over and there's like a cute little snuggle bunny there and you're like, ooh, that's fun. I do
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah,
fun.
that's like part of the.
That's how I woke
romance
up
of
this
it.
morning.
That's great.
And
But
it was
you had an
nice.
actual rabbit in your
It was
bed?
actually
Yeah,
me,
I don't know how I
dude.
got in there, but I wasn't mad.
if you're getting like 6 hours is even pushing it. If you're getting 6 or less hours of sleep a night, get your shit together.
Yeah,
Like,
rethink your schedule.
I push it.
I know people that sleep like 4 hours a night and they're like, "Oh, I'm fine." I'm like, "Do you realize you have like bags under your eyes? Like, get your shit together."
6 to 7 is probably average for me.
7 is good. I read an article 2 weeks ago that said everyone should be getting 8 or 9 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
If you're like over 18.
I try to get at least 8. 7
Yeah, I'd go for 8.
7 at like the least.
I go for 8 every night,
Just
and I
'cause-
always get like 7.
Yeah.
I think 7's probably like my average.
Okay, guys, give me your opinion on pets in the bed. What do you think?
Okay, I'll give you a for sure answer because
Lay it on me.
when my brother's dog, Scout, she is like the definition of hugging your leg the whole entire night, and I hate that shit.
Scout sleeps in the bed.
She sleeps at like the foot of the bed, but she's like right up against your leg. So like,
Oh, yeah.
if you move one
That's
way,
how
you can
Buster
move, but if you move the other way, like she ain't moving.
Oh
And
my gosh,
I hate that.
Yeah.
I f***ing hate it,
dude. It's bittersweet because at the same
Yeah.
time you're like, oh, this animal.
I know. That was Buster Brown.
Yeah,
I don't know how. I gotta tell a quick story.
and that's how my dog Ellie is as well.
I don't know how I'm gonna explain this to the audience, but I'm gonna try the best I can. But you two will see like a visual thing here. So Keese is a cat. It's like the most beloved animal in my life. And there was one night Kitters would always sleep in between my legs, which is like worse than what Scout
Yeah,
does.
that is weird.
Yeah, she would like sleep in between my
Yeah.
2 legs, and then I'm like on my back, so you can't roll over to your sides because you got this like animal between your legs, and I would always just like fall asleep. And this one night, I fell asleep on my back. Kitters was sleeping between my legs, and I rolled over on my side. I like went for the like.
God, I know where this
Dude, I went for like the side cuddle to my other pillow, and when I rolled over, like the covers like bellowed in, and I just like trapped her in this like cocoon of covers, and I like woke up and she was like, and I was like, free the beast, and I like opened my legs and she like shot out of the cocoon she was in. It was really.
That is funny.
Well,
That's
I can
like,
just,
learn?
I can just see
she was
Kitters.
back the other night. She's autistic, dude. She's coming right back.
Yeah, I can just see your little stupid little face.
Dude, I saw her just the other day, and it was magical. I wish you could have.
Shout out to Kitters.
Hey, Keith.
Yeah.
What's your take on pets in the bed, Al?
I grew up with Buster sleeping like that.
In between your legs?
He would always sleep like because he was afraid of storms, so he'd always come sleep with me.
I am too.
So
Can
I
I
just-
sleep with you?
Yeah, just crawl in there.
Okay.
But I guess I wouldn't prefer it now. I'm not very good at sharing my bed. You have to be
I totally
a
get
hot babe.
like my best sleep when I'm in my own bed.
I like to
Sorry,
sprawl out.
ladies.
Same. I just move a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to sprawl out.
I feel like everyone is like that though. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love sleeping and sharing a bed with a lady, but
Have you guys ever cuddled a woman in bed and fallen asleep?
yes, I hate
What do you
it.
mean?
Like you're like spooning and you fall asleep. That
It's
way.
like nice
All
for
the
the time
time.
being, but
course.
I think I've
waking
done that.
up,
I think I've done
waking
that
up
twice
sucks.
in my life.
What?
Yes.
I'm kind of with you, Blake.
Dude,
like
I
I'm
do
just
that all
like,
the time.
hey, I'll get cuddles before we go to bed, and then I'll just be like, hey,
Yeah.
good night. I'll
Team
give her
Will.
a kiss,
Team Will.
and then it's
Eventually,
just
you
like
roll over.
it's my space. This is my space. I've had a conversation with a lady that basically was
I
just
like-
like that is exactly how I am, and
Yeah, I like
we slept really well together.
I like spoon and get in the love, and then I'll just like give her a kiss, and then I'm like, all right, let's go to my spot, and I just like get away.
I feel like most of the time I do that, but I also have just accidentally fallen asleep.
It's
while
nice.
we're
I prefer like that's nice to fall asleep that way.
And then you wake up and your arms asleep, and you're like,
That's the worst part because it's like, you literally have to like grab your other arm and like pull it out.
I mean,
And it's just like,
do you
been,
not
like-
wake up in the middle of the night and then just like roll over and start spooning?
Yeah, I've done that a couple times. But if I Will's like having Heart attack over there. If I
His body's making weird noises again.
Round 2.
if I wake up in the middle of the night and I cuddle like at 2 a.m., I don't fall asleep there. I still have to like retreat.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really think about it. Maybe you're right.
Yep. And then, like, when I wake up in the morning, that's like when I'm...
Oh yeah, that's like cuddle puddle.
That's
You're
when
like,
I'm,
get over here, flesh.
That's
Yeah.
when I'm Randall.
You're not listening, Denise.
The other
Yeah,
day,
seriously.
Lauren was telling me that I elbowed her in the face one time
Who's
in my
Lauren?
sleep. My girlfriend, my lady, who
elbowed her?
I share my bed with frequently. She said that I elbowed her in the face once. She's like, one time you hit me, and I was like, what?
Well, yeah, when me and Caroline were together, I would get hit with bows in the face.
Yeah.
I would.
It happens.
I would.
This is another, like, sharing the bed question.
What you got?
Are you guys a cover stealer? Or
You
do
can have
use the
them.
covers?
I don't want the covers.
Here's the thing: if I don't have 10 pounds of covers on me at all times, I'm not sleeping.
So basically, you want me to sleep on top of you.
That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's make it happen tonight, dude.
I've
Because I'm
actually
sick of
Googled,
sleeping.
like weighted blankets. Like I love that.
You like
Do you
like
know?
that feeling?
She
I don't
has
like-
one. She has a weighted
Lauren
blanket. It
does?
sucks. I hate it.
I
My
would
feet are
love
like
for that.
my feet
Yeah,
are like
no.
completely flat. Like
I'm
it's
with you.
it's like my
Ugh.
my foot. It's like I'm a ballerina in bed because they just push my feet down and it flexes my foot and it hurts.
I would love it. The problem,
stressful.
The problem with that desire of mine is like right now, it's like 95 outside.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's
And
hot.
Depends on the
it's-
season for me.
dude. I hate it in the summer, but
yeah.
I can't sleep. I just can't do it. Like if I just had like no covers on me, I can sleep obviously.
I'm
but
kind of with you.
it's
I have
hard.
to have like a sheet or something
sheet,
over me.
Yeah,
But
something.
like in the summer, I'm usually boxers and the sheets. In the winter,
I was thinking the same
boxer
thing.
briefs.
I was like,
Briefs.
Blake's gonna disagree.
Blake,
I'm
you're a nudist.
You
I'm
like
not
sleeping
trying.
nude.
I'm
I know
not
you
trying
did.
to like make this sexual, but
Well,
if you haven't slept nude, it is the
here
best.
is why I don't like sleeping nude, and I'll give it to you.
What you got?
Will
'Cause
you
I'm
give
gonna
it to
tell you
me?
you're wrong.
Will you give it
When
to me
I
while
wake up,
sleeping?
I'll generally I wake up on my side. Like that's how I wake up, but I fall asleep on my back. So if I fall asleep and I wake up on my side and I'm naked, my balls are going to be sweating out of the wazoo.
Dude,
And that is the biggest reason why I don't like sleeping naked.
I'm opposite.
I
If
wake
I-
up and my
if
like gooch and everything is just
Okay.
like wet.
You'd be
Can you tell-
surprised.
Can you tell me more?
Yeah, dude.
You'd be surprised.
No, here's the thing. That was you guys are like both dying on this podcast. I haven't coughed one time.
You
Funny.
will
I'm
after
battling.
this.
I'm using it, but dying.
Here's the thing. The reason I started sleeping naked was that
you were sweating too much.
The type of underwear I wear is only boxer briefs.
Same here.
Like that's the only kind I wear, and it's keeps everything compact.
Yep.
And if I wear those to bed,
You'll wake up sweating.
it's gonna be wet.
See that makes sense, but it's not like that for me.
Also,
I see both sides.
just to like redeem myself, that people are like, ew, his is everywhere in his bed.
Yeah.
Here's the redeeming factor.
He's wiping his ass all over the sheets. It's everywhere.
What I was getting at is if you throw back to, I don't remember what podcast it was when we were talking about quirks. I shower twice a day. So I always shower before I get in bed.
So my is like,
So
Clean.
here's the thing. I go into bed, I'm showered. I get out of bed, I shower. My bed is pristine.
mine's not.
I mean, mine is as well because I always go to bed clean.
I'm
There you
just
go.
I always
always
take a
dirty
shower
with
before
something. I've got a cave cricket on my
In your
leg
cheeks.
hair
Okay, dude.
from the basement,
You're done
or
now.
like some sort of dust. My
So,
hair.
to answer my own question about pets in the bed,
Yes.
I can do a cat. or maybe a small dog. Guys, there was one night
What if you had a snake?
I gotta throw it back to Kitters real quick one more time. There was one night Kitters slept. I have got a video of it. I'll show you after this. She slept like an actual human. Like it was Caroline. Kitters was laying and had her head on a pillow, and then me. Like it was like it was great. It was great.
That's funny.
That is funny.
So I can do like a small animal, but that's it.
Okay.
I would try a snake. I feel like I would kill it though.
Yeah, no,
Like,
no,
roll
no,
over
no.
on
I don't do snakes.
To go
Don't
back
do
to
'em. Never will.
the underwear argument while
Mm-hmm.
you're sleeping, I sleep nude sometimes just to air it out. I
When
like
did you
it.
start doing that?
Probably like in high school. What I was wanting to say is that sometimes I like just air it out, but sometimes I think it's beneficial to have the fabric there because I will intentionally take the extra fabric of the boxer brief and like tuck it under my scrot in between my thigh, and it just is like a barrier.
So basically, give yourself a bit of a wedgie.
Yeah, it's like an intentional wedgie. It's almost like a hammock.
A what?
A hammock for your
A hammock?
A hammock. I'm
a
with
hammock for your
I'm with Blake
A
here.
hammock?
A hammock.
A
a ham sock.
Okay.
Okay.
A hamsock.
Okay. You done?
I just wanted to say that.
What you got, Al?
Have you ever had insomnia?
No.
Yeah, I have like super mild insomnia. Like I've had times where I laid down to sleep and I didn't sleep. Like I was like in bed and it's like 4 hours later. And I don't know
You just
why
couldn't get to sleep.
I don't know why I stayed
Yeah.
in my bed that long.
That's how Saturday night was for me. Like, but I feel like that really doesn't happen because I remember a dream that I had on Saturday night, but I felt like I slept like maybe 2 hours.
Yeah. You typically have dreams every 45 minutes. Just a little fun fact.
So you guys have never had a night where you have been awake the entire night and could not sleep.
I've
Well,
had
yeah,
nights where
I've had
I've
that,
slept
but-
like 30 minutes.
I mean, insomnia is like when you cannot
Yeah,
physically
I
fall
think of like
asleep.
prolonged.
Yes,
like,
that's
that's
what
like
I-
a week when I hear
Oh
insomnia.
yeah.
But just fall. I think that's typically normal. Like falling asleep. Like you just can't fall asleep. I think that.
I've never been awake for a week, but when I was young, living in that room, probably because of my night terrors, I was like afraid to fall asleep.
I remember.
So
like,
I would stay up watching infomercials on my TV.
Dude, I did that.
yeah,
I did that.
I would watch it and people selling knives, and,
I did that.
and
I'm not even
that,
joking.
That would like soothe me
This made
sometimes
me-
enough to
that's
fall
so
asleep.
crazy.
I would stay up like all night. Like I
Are
would
we the
be,
same person?
I would maybe get a couple hours of sleep every night.
I remember
was a
when I was
kid.
like a sophomore in high school, I would have like nightmares and I would wake up and it would just be dead silent and that would like freak me out.
Just
And I would turn
people
on-
being like, "Oh yeah,
I would
look at
turn on
this one.
infomercials. That's so
This is
funny.
a nice necklace."
I've done that.
Yeah,
That's funny.
It's ASMR, pre-ASMR,
Yeah, dude.
Thing.
Yes, it totally was.
ASMR.
Did you guys have TVs in your room then?
Yeah.
Back when I was a
did.
kid, yeah.
No, I did not.
I mean, I had a TV in my room from ages like 14 and up.
Oh,
That's
I had
probably
mine when I
what-
was like 6 or 7.
No, I got mine in like
It's a tube.
maybe 7th or 8th grade. I would say.
Damn, I
Yeah.
had it young
You did.
did.
Man. Yeah,
because I
never
was
had-
down in
I
that
remember
dungeon.
my parents like did not like me sitting in front of a television, and
Yeah.
I was on the games, man. Yoshi
Yeah,
Island.
I was in
Yoshi
front of that
story.
thing all day. Speaking of screens, as much as I love sleep and I'm like the sleep guy here, my like going to bed and waking up habits are
me too. You're
mine
not.
are so bad.
You're not supposed to look at like
Dude,
your
you're supposed
phone
to, like-
before you go to bed, like
like-
an hour before you go
Yeah,
to bed.
like an hour. And here's the thing: every night I am literally staring into my phone,
Yep.
watching YouTube until I fall asleep. Every
I mean,
every night,
That's the last thing I check, and then I'll set it down, and then I'll fall asleep.
every night. I
But
can't.
it's like the first thing I check when I wake up too, and I hate it. It's
I
a
can't.
habit.
Oh yeah, it's like my phone's right there. I'm like, who messaged me? What's going
like,
on?
who's-
I'll even wake up at like 4 a.m.
who's
and I'll
trying
be
to
like,
contact
what's
me?
going on?
That sucks.
I'm never like that because when I roll over and look at my phone, I'm awake. Like
Yeah.
it's my natural like sleep pattern of telling
Yeah.
me, hey, It's time to wake up now.
Yeah, dude, it's an awful habit. I would probably be like a better person if I just stopped doing that. And like I've thought of a whole plan how to. I'm like, I'll just charge my phone across the room, and I'll set my alarm, and my alarm will go off. I'll have to walk across the room to turn it off. I'm like, that's it. I've had that idea for like a year, never done it.
That happened.
You haven't even tried.
No.
That is what happened to our good friend Dick. What was Chris's?
It was
Dick Wiggler or something like that.
It was,
Dirk
Dirk Diggler.
Dirk Diggler. Yeah, whatever. Our good old friend Dirk.
Dirk.
He was so. He's the type of person that has to set like 10 alarms every night.
I hate that.
I do
not-
too.
I'm
I'm
not
not
like
like
that at
that
all.
either.
I'm not.
I don't get it. I don't get that
But
theory.
but Chris is just an interesting fellow because I know some of his sleeping patterns and they're really funny, and I'm just gonna discuss them right now.
Real
So
fast, before you get into this, I just want to say that like I've never had a problem with that.
I haven't either.
Like if my alarm, usually I wake up before my alarm.
As a kid, I remember it like because my parent. I don't know about you guys, but my parents would like call from downstairs, and that's how like they woke me up in the morning.
But like if my alarm goes off, I'm like up. I think right when the alarm goes off, my brain is just like social anxiety. Like
Yep.
I'm like, oh, I gotta get to work, and then
Oh,
I
exactly.
can't sleep.
I'm the
that's-
same way, and I
That's
hate
how I
it.
am
Yeah.
as well. It's like,
Well,
well,
we
gotta
suck,
get up,
guys.
gotta go to work.
What are we doing?
Yeah,
I like it. I like that I'm that way.
I do too.
I
It's like
do.
a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Like there's people that like Chris that set like 5 alarms.
Yes.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Diving back into Chris. So Chris, he had to literally tape his phone to the wall so he would wake up.
Are you serious?
Yes, he was notorious for like sleeping through his alarm. Like, he would go to sleep at like 3 or 4 a.m. like every night. Like he
I
is
was
a
gonna
night
say,
hawk.
how can you be that careless? Like, how can you not give a fuck enough to just like not wake up to the alarm? You're like,
Yeah,
nah, I'm
yeah.
just gonna deal with it.
This is my favorite sleep story of Chris. So Chris is like when he wakes up, he craves things like no other. So he would like, no, not that. Like either candy or like soda. This is really random,
Dude,
but
he's got the sugar hook.
he would have like either a pound bag of like Swedish fish or Raisinets, and he would just keep them under his bed. And he would like he would not even know he was doing it, and he would just like grab underneath the bed, and then he would like wake up, and the Raisinets bag would be like in the bed with him. He'd be like, "What the hell just happened?"
Oh my god.
But my best Chris story is Chris would also like to like wake up. He'd go into the refrigerator, get a soda, like drink it, and then go right back to sleep.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yikes.
The best one was we didn't have any soda at the house. So he went to Break Time. Break Time's a gas station near my house in college.
School.
Yeah. And he was half asleep. He forgot to close the door.
What
And
door?
like the front
Like the front
door
door of the
of our
house?
house, yeah.
Oh my God.
And I woke up and our front door was open, and I
So you
was
just
like,
rolled out of bed in
Yeah.
a stupor and drove to a gas station?
"Yep." And comes back.
That's like worse than being drunk.
He comes
Yeah,
back
that's awful.
and then he goes back to sleep. Like I ran into him, I was like, "Chris, why the f is the door open? Like what is going on?"
And he's like, well,
He's like, "I went to get a soda," and then like
Sleep
he
is
drank
weird.
it and went right back to sleep. Like I said, And
I've had a couple times like throughout my life where I'll like I know what's going on like scientifically. Like my REM sleep will just have like I like time out my sleep like not well. Like my REM sleep has just started and my alarm at 7 a.m. goes off, and that's like the worst time to wake up. And I've had that happen before where I'm like I've snoozed a couple times. But I'm usually up and like just out of my I don't even get out of my bed. I usually get up, I like play on my phone for half an hour and then I get up out of bed.
Really?
Have you guys
Every day?
Yeah, every day.
Shut up.
I'm in my bed for like half an hour. I could just sleep for another half hour, but I don't. I like purposely set my alarm early so I can just around on my phone.
That's funny. I like ground myself from my phone for like the first hour.
That's smart. Now that's like
I
I like
save a lot of time, dude.
I
I like
literally
check
would
save
notifications.
so much.
If I have notifications, I'll look at them. Like if somebody texted me, obviously I'll look at that or a Snapchat. But after that, I won't like get on my email or whatever
I mean
until
that's like super
usually
healthy.
until I get to work.
That's like what I strive for. But I literally open my eyes and then I roll over and grab my phone. That's like how I wake up. Have you guys ever slept somewhere different and woken up and been like, where the fuck am I at? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
That's weird. That's a weird one.
When I was traveling in Europe, that happened a lot. Like every time I wake up in a hostel, I'd be like, "Oh, I'd be like, what the? Where am I?" I'd be, "Oh God, okay, you're
That's a
somewhere
scary
across the
feeling.
world. Just
It's
chill
like,
out.
Oh God.
You volunteer for this."
Scary.
I'm weird. I'm like anal about sleeping other places.
Yeah.
Like I'm like about it. Like I love coming back. Like you just like jump around hostels. Like I could do that just for like the story and stuff.
not easy.
But like I love having like my own nest to come back
Sure.
to.
Definitely.
Like
You're-
I need that.
Your own sleeping like space is very.
Yeah, even when you like
Very
go
special.
somewhere for a weekend or whatever, and you come back home, you
Yeah, it's
just
like
Oh,
sleeping
God,
in
that's
my
a
own
good
bed. That's a
feeling.
great
It's just
feeling.
like, holy moly.
Do you guys like waking up in general? Like, do you?
I wish I never woke up.
Well, no, because some people like I talk to a lot of people that are night people. I feel like most of my friends. I don't know if you guys are necessarily this way, but a lot of my friends are not morning people. They are night people. They like to stay up late and wake up late, sleep in the morning. I like to wake up early, so when I get up, I'm like, all right, sweet. You know that whole like reset theory you were talking about?
Yeah.
I am very aware of that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, today's a new day. I haven't like been super pessimistic yet. You know, it's a new horizon.
Here's the thing.
And I get excited.
I'm usually a morning person, like most of the time. If you describe a morning person being someone that like is awake in the morning, in general, like I don't even drink caffeine and I get up at like 7. If that's how you describe it, then yeah, I'm a morning person. But like, I think how I describe it for myself is like, I'm a morning person on certain days.
I'm
It
with Blake
depends.
here.
It depends on the situation of the day. Like I love my job to death, but if I wake up and I know I have to go to my job, I'm usually moving a little bit slower because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I gotta go to work.
That's
Now,
true.
if it's like a Saturday and me and you like talked the night before and we're like, we're just gonna wake up and we're just gonna like lift at 7 a.m. baby, then I'll wake up and I'll just be like, it's game time. Like I like get
Oh,
excited
yeah.
about that. That's when like that kind of situation is when my morning person like shines the most. Or even better than a situation like that, like mission trips when we were like doing Habitat in Springfield, like Mitch and I would be like, you know, tomorrow's like a big build. We're going out early. It's going to be a good day. And I would wake up and I'd be tired, but I would be like, yeah, like let's go.
Oh yeah,
Well,
no,
there was
I
a lot
love
more
mornings.
motivation there just because there were so many people there.
Yeah,
Because it was
yeah.
like, well,
It's like totally a situational thing. In general, I'm probably a morning person.
Yeah.
Like I get up early and I move around
I
well.
would say the same.
But like if I like am doing like if I get excited for like a task, then I'm like really a morning person.
I just like when I've slept all night and I wake up in the morning fully rested, fully reset, recharged. That's when I'm at my peak. At night, when I've lived my whole day and I've done a bunch of stuff and I've used up all my energy, I'm tired as don't even talk to me. You're not gonna like me. I'm a dick. At 10 p.m., I'm a dick. Don't even expect me to entertain you. I
You're not
suck.
a dick, dude. You're just a zombie.
Seriously, well,
You're a
I'll be on the
zombie.
couch. Don't expect me to contribute to the
just
conversation because
gone.
I'm done.
He's on the floor with his
6
eyes
o'clock?
shut.
The next morning, 6 o'clock, I'll be singing. Like, you want to make some jokes? I'll make some jokes at 6 a.m.
If I can get like mentally prepared for an early morning, I like revel in it. Like I love it. Like one time, me and Jobin, we're gonna go pick up a TV for Black Friday, and we're just waking up at like 4 a.m.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
I
I wake up, I'm tired of shit, and I'm just like, yeah, baby,
I
like
love
let's go.
getting up early.
Yeah, it's fun. Like
For something.
it has to be.
It depends
planned.
on.
It has to be planned.
It
Yeah.
depends on what you're waking up to.
Like if Joe just busted my room at 4 a.m. and he's like, let's go, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
In college, we do like on a Saturday, we'd be like, hey, you want to get up tomorrow morning and do roadie? And I'd be like, yeah, dude. They're like, you want me and Lucas would do that. He'd be like, you want to do a roadie in the morning and go to Mohawk breakfast? And I'd be like, yeah, dude, let's do this.
Yeah, if it's planned, it's exciting.
Yes, but if, like you said, I don't know. My answer to this is, both, because
You stay up late.
I don't stay up that late though. Like
To me, you do.
I stay up lately. It's been like 10:30.
Oh, that was like 11.
Yeah, but it just depends on my schedule. Like if I don't have to be in at work until 8. Like, that means I have to leave the house around 7:45, and I can wake up by 7, because usually I always pack my lunch the night before. But I usually pack my lunch the night before, and that's just, like, less time that I have to spend on it in the morning. And
Yeah, that's
so,
a good point.
in my job, I wear, like, athletic clothing. And
Will's a dancer.
yeah. Professional ballet dancer. Did you know? No.
Pole dancer.
Okay, dude. I have a little more class than that. But yeah, if my answer, I am more of a morning person than a night person. If it's past midnight, that.
Dude,
So
I love both of them.
Every once in a while, that is really fun. But
I like
I
getting lost in the
cannot
night.
sleep in, like, if it's 8:30 and I'm still sleeping, it's like, what the hell are you
this is
doing?
my thing. In college atmosphere, at least where I went to school, which was a state university, and nightlife thrived. People didn't even start hanging out until 10 p.m. on the weekends. Like a party doesn't start until 10. Like
how it
people
was.
usually would say party starts at 10. People wouldn't show up at 10:30,
feel like
but the real party wouldn't even
That's
start
how-
until like
it's like-
11.
No, it was later than that.
Seriously, and I'd be like, that's already past my bedtime. And I sucked. I would be really weird at parties because I would be drinking and I'd be tired because I've been up
Yeah,
since
that's a weird
early.
combo.
And I'm like, come on, if we could wake up at 6 a.m. and everybody get together, I'd probably be the socialite of the community.
Yeah,
you know,
you're right.
I'd be like, everybody would think I was funny. No, people probably just think I'm an idiot
Yeah.
because I'm a zombie.
8 o'clock is when, like, the boys would get together, Blakey.
Pre-game.
Yeah. And then, like,
It's been so
know.
long. I've
It
been out of
has.
college as long as I was in college.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
That's sad.
it's been a while.
It's been a while. Hey, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you like this content, please don't leave a like. Don't subscribe. We don't want you here.
Yeah, we're not begging.
Just kidding. We love you. Yeah, we will talk at you next week. Love ya.
Good night.
Bye.
Cute and cuddly,
Sleep tight.
cute and cuddly.